Hi, I'm Keenan Austin Reed, Chief of Staff to Congressman Donald McEachin, and you're watching WOO TV.
You know, as far as those other issues, healthcare, when we talk about healthcare, those issues that motivated women, like you said, migrant families,
Sure.
taxes, do you think that the Kavanaugh hearings also had, a part in that as well?
I think so. I think
I mean, especially if you kind of going back to 2016 with the Access Hollywood tape, and then
Sure.
fast forwarding to it was almost like Clarence Thomas hearings part 2.
Yeah. I think as a woman, I think that most women have been in a situation that was uncomfortable, like Dr. Blasey Ford. And there's varying degrees of what you experience. But hearing her testimony, so many of us were able to tap into that time that someone did something to make you uncomfortable or victimize you, and you think, and what I think we all saw in her was strength, and a little bit of yourself. But you think about what she had to do and what she did it was self-sacrifice. Dr. Ford never wanted to be a celebrity. She really didn't. She wanted to remain anonymous. But she was brave and heroic in sharing her testimony. And I think that does move women. We uniquely have, there are just experiences that women have that are different and unique to being a woman. And I think hearing that testimony and seeing that time, it was very relatable in a very dark way. And it of course, that type of thing is moving.
Right. And you know, there just seems to be a theme, especially, when we think about the presidency, we think of that hill on a shining sea where, you would expect someone to be presidential and not do certain things or act a certain way. And, when we think about, we were talking before about dog whistles.
Yeah.
Where Mr. Trump, President Trump had referred to Maxine Waters as low IQ or dog, or do you feel like those sorts of attacks also energize, especially Black women who, account for maybe 96% or more of?
Sure. I don't think Black women need to be energized. We got it, okay? Right. We understand what we're up against. We knew in 2016, we stood up, we did what was necessary, and we voted against this president. When you hear the dog whistles, I think it motivates more than just women, because every man has a mother.
Right, daughter.
A daughter, niece. Nieces, family members, co-workers. And when you talk about the ranking member and soon to be the chairwoman, the first African-American chairwoman of the House Financial Services Committee, one of the committees that handles very complex, nuanced issues. And then you make that person Maxine Waters, who is so dynamic and has this storied history, and is without question a trailblazer, and call her low IQ. I think it has more. It reflects poorly on Trump. I don't, and absolutely, people hear that and are turned off by it. I don't think it's just women though. I see the tweets and the retweets and the posts and people who come into our office, constituents, who are frustrated by that sort of talk, and even white men. I think there's just a dignity of that office, of the highest office in the land, that we expect folks who are
our leaders to act.
Who are leaders. We expect our leaders to be civil and have decorum. And if you disagree with someone, we can understand that. We respect that. But we name calling and putting someone down, we know what you're trying to do. We see it, and we won't tolerate it.
I just think about, there just seems to be an assault on women. There seems to be an assault on people of color. Do you feel like Trump's presidency, when it comes to race relations, do you feel that he's giving white supremacists license to be racist, especially after Charlottesville?
I think so.
Or do you feel like it's always been there? It's just, he was just the one to bring it out?
I think that having someone that is president use dog whistles that are clearly seeking to provoke racism inspires racism. Hate speech and name calling, there's a reason why, when we feel angered in front of our kids, we spell it out, right? We don't just, we like, I am MAD at him, right? Because we know that our words have consequences and influence, and we look up to our president. That is in the fabric of this country. And so for him to behave in this way condones it, and it encourages it. He didn't invent it. It absolutely existed in communities and hushed rooms and behind closed doors. But he inspires it with the tweets and the name calling, the putting down. It brings it out in a way that creates a Charlottesville.
Okay. Do you feel that the new Congress should direct the Attorney General to investigate white supremacist hate groups in America?
I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we've seen the evidence. It needs to be investigated. Now, I'm not in the business of telling the chairman of the House Investigations Committee, Mr. Cummings, how to investigate. But in my personal opinion, yes, domestic terrorism is a thing, hate groups is a thing, and as long as we're going to have a culture that encourages it and brings it out of the shadows into the days of having people march in the streets publicly in this way, and it spreads, and it only takes a minute for what is seen as a peaceful protest to get completely out of hand. So I think that, yes, it absolutely should be looked into, and members of the Congressional Black Caucus have sent letters and asked for as much.
Okay. And do you have any personal aspirations to run for elected office yourself?
I think you should never say never when it comes to any opportunity. At this time, I have no plans to run for office. I'm happy to support those who find this to be a calling upon their lives and help them best serve their constituents.
Thanks for watching this video. We hope you have found this to be engaging and thought-provoking. Please hit like and subscribe for updates. You'll find more videos like this on the thumbnail links on your screen. We'd love to hear from you. If you could say one encouraging thing to a bullied victim, what would it be? Please send us a short video message.